friends. I was told to be Christmassy. Ta-da! Also, I'm wearing a scarf because that seemed Christmassy. Meanwhile, it's 8,000 degrees here in Florida. Not really. And I don't really know how to wear scarves, so hopefully this is correct. I don't really know. I have no clue. Hey everybody, come on in. I love hearing Kim's passion for Young Living, and particularly this book. Like, I love this book. When so you can't bring like the other books that are also here in front of me to like classes or whatever, but don't you know, I put this out at classes and I'm like, you like to see book? You want to see the picture? The book? And it's powerful to have out at classes. It's hard to hear me. I don't know. Does anyone else have problems hearing me? Let me know if you're having problems hearing me. So I love having that book out at classes. So I'm going to dive in. I'm going to wait for somebody to be like, I can hear you. I can't hear you. Yeah, Take It Everywhere. I love that book. So I get to talk to you about awesomeness. Oh, I don't have frankincense here because it's in the other room. I was using it. No, I can hear you. Okay, perfect. I get to talk to you about, I've turned the volume way up. My volume's way up. Me not know. I don't know. I'll talk louder, maybe. I'm really quiet. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, we're gonna let it be. Let it be like the Beatles. So I get to talk to you about 5 amazing oils. I get to talk to you about, I'm looking at my notes down on my computer. Pine, 15 ml. White Angelica. Joy, which this is a 15 ml, but you'll get a 5 ml. Gathering. Many of you are excited to hear about this. I'm excited to talk to you about it. And then Frankincense, 15 ml, which is totally by my diffuser in the other room. So I get to talk to you about all those oils, so let's dive in. Before we dive deep, because we're gonna do deep dive here. You ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? I don't know if you're ready. So we know we love our oils, okay? And it's not really a question anymore of whether they work. Now it's just a question of, okay, what do I use them for? And now, my calming voice. Yes, it's the therapist voice. I can't help it. So it's no longer a question of whether they work. We know from research, from science, that it can, that just inhaling essential oils, like this scarf is gonna kill me. I just put on Gathering on my hand. We know that just inhaling essential oils can calm our sympathetic and our parasympathetic nervous system. Those are the things like the involuntary and the voluntary functions of our body, like breathing and heart rate and things that you need. So what I want to do tonight is really make a connection for you between emotional stress, high holidays, and physical dis-ease. I am not easy. I am dis-eased. This becomes especially important right around now, the holiday time, because like it or not, we're all a little bit more stressed than normal. It's just true. It's just life. So statistically, and there's lots of varying statistics, but an average of 75% of visits to primary care doctors are for stress-related illnesses. I'm just gonna let that simmer for a second. 75% stress-related illnesses. That's an insane amount, right? So when we look at using essential oils for emotions, it can actually help all the body, mind, and spirit, okay? So it's one of the fastest ways to address your physical health is actually by addressing your emotional health, okay? Because when we're stressed, our body is releasing hormones. It's releasing, adrenaline, adrenal fatigue. It's like, we must do all the things, okay? And you're getting this adrenaline and your body's going into adrenal fatigue. You're getting cortisol and your body just doesn't know what to do with life, okay? And so think about, what are you dealing with emotionally in this season? What are you dealing with physically in this season? And chances are, if your emotional life is off kilter, then your physical life is off kilter too. Or if you're like, yeah, I've been really, not so great on the physical side, chances are there's some emotional stuff too, whether you acknowledge it or not. Just put that out there for you. So what's fascinating to me is to see how essential oils can work for emotions. And it really shifts them quite quickly. It doesn't make sense to a lot of people, and it's kind of weird because it sounds weird. Okay, I'm sad. Not really, but like, I'm sad, so I'm going to take a drop of joy and I'm going to put it on my heart. And somehow magically that's supposed to make me happy. That sounds weird. That sounds weird. Does it not? Does it not? So, but it's true. What you'll notice is once you start doing it, you will start realizing exactly how true it is. Some personalities are able to notice a shift very quickly. So my husband, for instance, he's super even Steven guy, okay? His name's not Steven, but he's like even keeled, super even. And he can use an oil like Joy or White Angelica, which are two of his favorites, and Valor. And he sees like an instant shift. Like he gets upset or he's frustrated with our little boy, and he goes in and I'm like, take a break, put some oils on. He puts his oils on. He comes back in 5 minutes. He's like, hey buddy, how you doing? I'm like, that's crazy. That's great. And I am so thankful and blessed to have a husband that loves oils. So blessed. Other people, for instance, maybe some small people or some tall people with, a burgeoning mustache, I don't know, some teens and tweens, may be a little bit more resistant. So our will, because we have a will, our will can fight the action of the oils. Okay? So our little boy will often, today actually, earlier, was like, no oils, mama, me no oils, no. Running away. Yes, Becca, that's what I'm going to talk about. So he is, dang that will, that free will we have. So our free will can fight against the action of the oils. Like, I don't want to. I want to be mad. And I have literally said that before. My husband's like, can you want some White Angelica? I'm like, no, I won't be mad. Because I know, put it on, I don't get to be mad anymore. Like I physically can't be mad anymore because the oils have gone in and done the action in my body. Sometimes you're just like, I just want to simmer a minute. Come on. The dog too. So yes, exactly. You go, and sometimes you just have to do it. So I do find, however, that no matter what, it works. So I'll put oils on my son, White Angelica, for instance, Joy, Valor, Gathering, any of those. And joke's on him because I get it on him or it's diffusing or whatever. And it, like Becca said, about 20 minutes, everything is fine. It takes some time for it to get in the body against the will, and you can still kind of fight it, but at the same time, our body responds no matter what. Take off my scarf. I can't. It's messing with me. I hate it. No, I don't. I like it. So I am like that sometimes too. I find that when I use an oil as a helpful meditative tool, so like I put joy in my heart and I'm like, Lord Jesus, give me joy because I want to punch somebody, or whatever, then it helps me because I use it as a meditative tool, often along with prayer. and my own heart is moved. So what's interesting here is that my mouth speaks life, not when I say I want to punch somebody, but like, Lord Jesus, give me joy, because I do not have joy right now and I need it. And your joy is the best thing that I can have right now. Lord, fill me with your joy, that kind of thing. My mouth is speaking life, okay? And my brain is, it's all connected, okay? So my brain is hearing this. What I'm doing is renewing my mind, right? And it helps my physical body, my cells, calm down and accept that oil. It helps me align myself towards that end. So a lot of that has to do with frequency. There's a lot of fascinating science that has to do with that. If you want to know more about that, check out Dr. Caroline Leaf, L-E-A-F. And she is a neuroscientist. She is not an oiler, although I totally want to get her enrolled. That's all I'm saying. And Dr. Candace Pert, she's I think she's either a neuro something or a molecular something. But she's the one, she wrote a book called Molecules of Emotion. And it is it's a interesting read, but it's got a lot of great brain science information about how things work inside the cell. Okay, it's totally great. So let's go into, I'm scrolling down on my notes because I have a ton of notes. You guys know that. So frequency is interesting, and it's related to all of this. So knowing when to use and what to use is all kind of related to that. So if you have a device like an iTovi or a Zytoscan, then it works on things like that. It works on frequency and, scanning your biometrics. But part of the beauty and joy of using oils for me is just seeing that they work no matter what. So even after, Kim and Anna have been like 6 years, I've been using oils 4 years, they can still surprise me. I don't know why, but they still surprise me every once in a while. And it's in part because our brains are so ingrained with this medical model of use this and then, you have this problem, you use this thing and you get this result. But oils work so differently. It's like I have this problem and I'm just going to try this, but it helps like all of these things because it's not just one thing in here. It's not just one constituent in gathering. There's I think 7 or 8 oils in gathering. And so it helps in multiple dimensions, whereas other things, medications, what have you, only help in one dimension. Okay, so before I get into specifics of oils, all of these I'm going to talk about when you use them for emotional support. You're going to use them aromatically and topically. So you're going to diffuse it. You're going to put it in your diffuser. I probably wouldn't recommend putting all of these in the diffuser at once, but find a diffuser recipe that has it in there. I posted some with pine in it. White Angelica on its own is awesomeness. I'll add frankincense sometimes, and that is super good. The other thing you can do is you can put them in Epsom salts and a bath. You can just, what I did, like snort it a little. You can rub it on topically. Some of them need diluted, some of them don't. So read the bottle. Bottle will always say. So where do you apply it? Some of that, because the bottle does not say this, but we know joy goes in the heart. Okay, so we're telling you joy goes on the heart. White Angelica, I put on like angel wings. So I kind of put it in palm, and when I don't have scarf on, rub it in and down, and I'm like, all the energy is leaving me right now. All the yuck, just go over there somewhere else. Okay. What else? Gathering. I usually just inhale, although you can put it on the back of your neck, but it's got some, I put it on Sammy one time and it gave him like a red scenario because I didn't dilute it because I'm a bad mom. But you can have some skin sensitivity to that. So the most important thing though is intention. So when you are using oils, especially when you're looking at emotional support, you're gonna wanna use it with intention. Yeah, you got the joy down in your heart. And so, like I had said earlier, it does work if you're mom is just like slapping oils on you and saying, "Not today, Satan," for instance, they do still work. But if you're using them as a part of a process of renewing your mind and submitting your will to the Lord, then that is a more powerful tool. Not just it doesn't make the oils work better, it just makes you better. It makes you be in line with what the Lord has for you, because the Lord has abundance and wellness for us and a purpose. And so when we see that vision and we connect with that and we use these as tools to gather our thoughts, or to have joy, or to feel protected, or to feel grounded and supported, or to feel closer to God through worship, then we have hit the bullseye, so to speak. They still work either way, but I feel like when you do it with intention, you hit the bullseye and you are better for it. Okay, let's talk about pine after I'm preaching. I like to preach sometimes. I'm not sorry. Pine, you're gonna get a 15 ml pine and you're like, what am I gonna do? Clean the floor? No, well you can. But no, pine is so good. And you're like, meh. No, it's really good. There's some great diffuser recipes. But pine is really refreshing aroma, and you're like, okay. But it's true. The constituents in pine are a known like dilator of the nose. I don't think that's a real thing, but it opens up your nasal passages. I'm trying to find a compliant way to say that. So it's known to do that already. It's a bronchodilator. But it's got this really invigorating aroma. It's really like crisp and woodsy. It can help stressed muscles. Use it in a massage. Lots of applications for cleaning, totally. But emotional uses include calming anxiousness, improving mental clarity, releasing negativity. So it's a revitalizing oil. It's in grounding, and it's actually an RC, which is interesting to me. The constituents that are in pine, it's entirely monoterpenes. So it's got alpha pinene and some others, but they're all monoterpenes. Monoterpenes are called the doctors of the cell. So what it does is monoterpenes restore the cell to health. It's like, this is the right information. It's taking, the other, like if you use this with another oil, especially, the other constituents have done their job. They've cleaned the receptor sites, or they've gone in and, deleted the bad information. Monoterpenes are like, nope, this is the right information. And so pine is an oil that does that. Super, super good oil. Very, very calming. So all trees, you've heard me say this, all trees are grounding, rooted, connected to earth. They're all grounding. So frankincense is going to be similar but different, because pine and frankincense are like miles apart, right? Literally, because Oman and like Idaho, kind of far. So joy, I just showed you how to use joy, but joy is going to be uplifting for the mood. It's going to be calming for tension, for sure. Really good for balancing emotional ups and downs. So it's really amazing for grief or for postpartum issues. My sister-in-law just had a baby, and I was like, you're gonna need some joy. So she got that when it went on sale. And it inspires feelings of love and romance. Somewhere along the line I read that Gary Young was gonna call it love, decided to call it joy instead, because that's what it inspires. It's connected to the heart. And when we think about this season and joy, and some of you have said choose joy, and joy to the world, the Lord has come, okay? If you're in a season of loss or sadness, or a season of just things are different this year, for whatever reason, then this will be a particularly good oil for you to have in your arsenal. Grief and loss in a season of celebration is hard when the whole world is celebrating and you are just not the same, you know? Joy can be a very helpful tool for you. It's not gonna like fix everything or magically poof away anything, but it can be a very helpful tool for you. Yeah, for loneliness, for grief, for just feeling bleh, apathy, that kind of thing. Can be really, really good. It's like an attitude adjustment in a bottle. It's really good. All right, white Angelica. Now I can talk for days about white Angelica. It is literally my favorite oil. Yeah, it's the best. Like, I was so hardcore about white Angelica that I made a hack for it using humility and hyssop to try to create my own white Angelica before it came back in stock last year in January, because I know exactly when it came back. I love white Angelica, okay? Like, I should just put it right here all the time. So I have a whole like 20-minute video about white Angelica that I'm going to condense for you. So white Angelica promotes feelings of security in unknown situations. Emotionally grounding, relaxing, balancing, and it's got almond oil in it. So if you have an almond allergy, don't use it, and I'm sorry. Sorry about your life. Just a minute. Oh, it's so good. It can also be used to guard against the negativity of others. You can't buy it right now. You can buy white Angelica. Heck yeah, you can. I've been getting 2 a month. Only on ER. You can buy it on ER. But you cannot buy it on quick order. But you can get it on quick order because this is not a ER promo. So you can get several bottles of these. White Angelica's my favorite. So why is it so great? It's a very well-balanced oil. It's got 10 different oils in it, but it's super well-balanced. So it's got all the things. It's got trees. It's got, you can get 2 per month, but they've even lifted that because I got 3 the other day. It's got flowers like bergamot, geranium. It's got cleansers, hyssop, and melissa. It's got just beautiful oils like myrrh, rose, sandalwood, okay? It's got black spruce and coriander and ylang ylang. It is stellar, you guys. So if you look at what it's for and why it works, you've got all these like uplifting happy oils, you've got some grounded tree oils, and you've got cleansers that are like hyssop, myrrh, melissa, like ain't no bugs on me kind of thing. Like, no, it's not coming near me. It is an energetically protective oil. It's amazing. So this one, especially good for people that kind of wear their heart on their sleeve, or maybe take on the feelings of other people, like your empaths. If you're like this empathetic listener that's like endlessly taking on like other people's negativity, this is a powerful oil for you. If you've not ever used it, please try it. Even if you don't get it free with the promo, like, order one. Because it's valuable. So if you have a lot of anxiousness or your days are kind of like a roller coaster, white Angelica is going to help you. That's the dog. White Angelica is going to help you kind of put your seatbelt on in the roller coaster and just feel much more protected. The dog is having problems. You can pick her up in Leesburg, Florida if you would like her. She is old. She's like 13 and a little annoying. Yes, before church, before peopling, before crowded malls. So you know how, this is my best analogy. Yes, it works in the diffuser. If you can smell nuts, sorry. Krista, if you can, like, some people just can't even be around it, but yeah, my dog needs something. Probably peace and calming, bless it. If you can smell nuts, I think you should be okay. But it works the same in the diffuser. It helps with sleep for sure. Okay, so this is my best analogy for white Angelica. You know how you use thieves for physical wellness, like maintaining this barrier of protection? Okay, white Angelica is this barrier of protection for you for emotional wellness. Bam, that's it. Okay, gathering. Let's talk about gathering. Gathering, useful for gathering, okay, emotional and spiritual forces to achieve a higher unity of purpose. Well, what does that nonsense mean, okay? So basically, life is chaos. You know those mom shirts that are like chaos coordinator, you know? That's gathering. Like, if you feel like a chaos coordinator 9 times out of 10, you need gathering. All right, same way you're gonna apply it with intention, okay? It's this chaotic energy. So it's Christmas. I have so much to do. If you are just thinking of all of the things that you need to be doing, you need to bring it home. Gathering is gonna be your oil, all right? Holidays and hectic schedules, like everything goes in every which way. And also women, okay, you know that, do you know this book, Men Are Like Waffles, Women Are Like Spaghetti? Okay, if you don't know if you've ever heard of this book before, but basically, you know, everything touches everything else for us, whereas men are like waffles. It's like, here's a box, I can move from this box to that box and not even be thinking about this box over here, and you're like, what? Women are like spaghetti, and so everything touches everything else, and usually everyone else is touching us, right? So gathering is helpful for calming chaotic energy that surrounds everyday life. Okay, you need gathering. I can't explain it any better than that. Totally good blend. This is cool too. All right, you know the blend highest potential? Okay, highest potential is really a blend of gathering and Australian blue. Plus they added some more ylang, I think, and some jasmine. But that's the kind of gathering that we're talking about. Like, for you, like 100% you, like best life you kind of gathering. Like, I'm gathering my thoughts, I'm headed forward, like full steam ahead motion kind of thing. Like, I can do this stuff. When you think of highest potential, that's what you think of, and that's what gathering is. That's the gathering component of highest potential. Super cool. Okay, frankincense. Ah. So you all have gotten your starter kits, so you have all experienced frankincense, okay? You need more frankincense. It's, you know that, like, you need more cowbell skit, you need more frankincense. So tranquility, grounding, more grounding, rootedness, connectedness to self and others, okay? They call it the oil of truth, and it's this beautiful aroma, but it's got these really strong emotional benefits. Frankincense is ideal for prayer. I love to put it on before church. And it helps, similar to gathering, it helps quiet your mind and kind of cease that mental chatter that you've got going on. It just kind of calms it down. It's a key component in basically every emotional blend. They have frank in there. And it's got a strong base for feelings of attachment and worth, specifically worth and trust when you use it aromatically. Pairs really good with vetiver and lemon. You can write this down. Vetiver and lemon for over-occupation with detail. Green people. Pairs well with geranium and frankincense to ease restlessness. Pairs well with myrrh and cypress for over-attachment. Yellow. Sorry, what? Pairs well with cypress and rose for feelings of loss. So the reds need the geranium for the restlessness. Prone to wander. Frankincense is so amazing in general, but when you pair it with other oils, it becomes even more amazing because it takes on, you know, all of the constituents, right? I want to camp out for just 1 minute on the worth thing. So it is a really good oil for feelings, for attachment and for feeling worthy. I had a long talk with some ladies the other day about feeling feeling yuck, feeling worthless, feeling fat, feeling ugly, feeling, all the feelings, okay? Frank the feelings. There's probably gonna be memes now, but you need to frank the feelings, okay? I just came up with that right now. You're welcome. You need to use it that way, that when those feelings of like, I am not enough, I can never be enough, I'm just not good enough, not enough, unworthy, okay? Frankincense, all right? Yes, hashtag frank the feelings. When you're feeling unworthy, frank the feeling, okay? Because that feeling is a lie. You are worthy. Not worthy in a like, I deserve awesomeness, I'm so great. But you are worthy because you are redeemed. If you know the Lord, you are redeemed, okay? So you are worthy not because of who you are, but because of who He is, who Christ is. So that is why you need to frank the feelings and get right, okay? I love you guys. Get all the oils. Use all the oils. I'm going to stop preaching now, and I'm going to I think Anna has to follow me with my frank the feelings. I don't even know where that came from. Yes, I do. It was Jesus, apparently. But you need to just, you are awesome, but it's Jesus in you that makes you worthwhile and makes you have something to give other people. So I'm done preaching. Put your ER orders through, but first go listen to Anna because she's going to talk to you about more awesome things. Love you guys. Have a wonderful evening. My therapist voice of a cute scarf.